We've got to talk about these leftist lunatics once again today, because there was a recent incident that went down with Turning Point USA that I'm going to show you guys here in just a second. And, you know, on one hand, it's not shocking, but on the other, it is, considering the circumstance, and I'll explain that after we get into this video. I also have another clip that I want to show you guys as well that will illustrate even more how dangerous these leftists are, and I got a little bit more to talk about that later on. So, with that being said, let's dive in.
Watch out. Watch out. Hey, hey, Jackson, sold up. Get back. Come on, please, get in there. Get in there.
All right, I'm going to mute that music. It's a bit obnoxious going on in the background. Yeah. Anyway, so you see this here, okay? Absolute insanity, absolute mayhem. And you got officers right there. That's the crazy part to me. That's what's crazy to me. And shout out to Officer Tatum. You see him there in the background. I'll talk a little bit more about him in just a second. But yeah, that's the crazy part to me. I'm gonna rewind this back. So you see, they're covering up their faces as they're walking up here for obvious reason. Obviously, there's Officer Tatum right there. I'm sure lots of you guys know who Officer Tatum is. Okay. But the cops are like right here. They're just off out of view, just out of view of the camera. That's the crazy part to me. There's officers standing there watching these people steal TPUSA's property. Watching them do it. Watching them do it. Hey, listen, and this is no shot to Officer Tatum, okay? Because hindsight is always 20/20. When somebody is watching a situation or circumstance go down, it's always completely different than when you're actually in it. But if I were ever to do a TPUSA event on a campus or something like that, one, either I'm making a wall in between me and these Antifa rioters, these leftist rioters, you know? So you're going to have to assault me to get to this tent. And we all, okay? Or I am going to chain myself to said tent. I'm going to be attached to the tent in some way, shape, or form. So when you go to drag off that tent, now you're dragging me too. So now those cops are forced to do something. Either they're going to be forced to do something or... Now, once again, this is no shot at Officer Tatum. Obviously, we all know the saying, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face, right? You know what I mean? And this is not to say that he was ill-prepared or scared or anything like that, but just in the moment, I'm sure he probably thought, hey, we got cops here. They're going to do something. They're not going to allow these folks to just take our stuff. Well, clearly... They did. The cops allowed it. So, if I were to ever be put in that situation, that's what I would personally do. But if you guys have a better idea, let me know. Let me know. Because at the end of the day, you know, if somebody assaults you, you know, you got the right to defend yourself. I'm just saying. I'm not promoting violence or anything. But if you're gonna come and try to take my property or assault me, you know, just saying.
Get in there. Get in there.
I love that at the end. Get in there. Get in there, police. Please do your job. All right, so much for free speech. On college campuses, protesters tore down this conservative group's tent before an event at UC Davis. The group says that the demonstrators also ripped down the banners, smashed their foam boards, and tried to steal a laptop and an iPad from the group. Brandon Tatum was a guest speaker at this event. He is a Turning Point USA contributor. He's a former Tucson police officer who became very popular on social media because of his conservative law and order views, and he has millions of people who follow him. Brandon Tatum, good to have you with us today, sir. Thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you for having me on.
So the university basically said, look, you know, nobody was hurt. This isn't a big deal. And we do everything we can to protect free speech on campus. Is that true?
That's the biggest lie and sack of crap that I've ever heard in my life. They could not protect us, and they were not given any real effort to thwart these people who came from God knows where. We don't even know if these were students. They were completely masked. They came and assaulted people. They tore up everything. They stole property. And then they not only did it once, they came back twice. So all the police officers had every identifying marker that these people were going to be violent, and they still didn't do anything. And thank God I was there and others who stood up to them, or we would have all been, getting beat up and injured, when they are supposed to protect us, and we are allowed or should be allowed to have the freedom of speech on campus.
Yeah, of course. What did you say in the back and forth? And could you tell, were these students, or was this group sent in from somewhere? I know you said that you've spoken a lot of campuses. You've never been part of anything like this before.
Yeah, most campuses, people are peaceful. It clearly was a coordinated group. They were all dressed the same. They had bicycles. They had things to conceal their identity. They came from out of sight. They weren't even on the campus mall where we were at. They came from somewhere else. They came and did their dirt, and then they retreated, never to be seen again.
Yeah, absolute insanity, man. Absolute insanity. But I want to know what you guys would do in that situation. Me? Some of y'all might know this reference, but I'm from, I like to say I'm from the Wisha N-word woods. If you know that's from, comment below. But I'm from the Wisha N-word woods, with the A, not the other one, N-I-G-G-A, okay? Because boy, you try to assault me, okay? Them cops gonna be forced to step in. That university, that statement of nobody getting hurt. I ain't gonna say too much, we ain't gonna go too far with it. But anyway, I have this other incident of this far leftist who unfortunately assaulted a pro-life young lady by the name of Savannah Craven. Obviously, I'm not going to show the actual part where the young lady was severely assaulted, but we'll watch some of the lead up and the aftermath, okay? Check that out.
Children that have been abused.
That's not the point. What I'm saying.
That's really.
What's wrong with you?
So obviously there, and I'm gonna have to blur that out, unfortunately, but she was, just punched dead in the face. Dead in the face.
You have a. Oh my God.
She attacked my wife.
Your wife just attacked me.
Why you want her?
Why is that following me? Why you following me?
I'm gonna get arrested. Look.
Got her on camera in 4K. Absolutely insane. So here's some of the aftermath of Savannah Craven after the fact as she was heading to the hospital. Check it out.
Yeah, the dress that she wore, I can't miss it.
Look to the right.
No, she's not them.
She's big. She's tall.
And she had worn a light brown coat. Yeah, I'm watching.
I do believe they are in a police vehicle at this point in the video, and it sounds like they're looking for the lady that assaulted her.
3-2 body light, dog.
Got a nice gash.
I'm rolling 84 with the post, the body light post. Yeah, for 1 minute, disregard. 10-4. 1 from me, 84. Disregard quality 2.
This is gonna be a video for sure. My goodness.
It's right.
So yeah, you guys get to see a little bit of that. Obviously, she is okay. Thankfully, she's fine. Okay. But let that be another note to you. Okay. Learn how to protect yourself. All right. I'm not saying go out here and assault folks. That's not what we're about. That's not what you should be doing. But learn how to protect yourself. And this is no shade towards Savannah, right? That's just because you know how to fight doesn't mean you're gonna be able to defend that. I mean, that came out of the blue. You know what I mean? Like, they're sitting having a conversation, right? Savannah is just a pro-life individual. Clearly, this other woman was probably a my body, my choice type of chick. And it seems like she took offense to something Savannah said and unfortunately chose to escalate it to an extent where it shouldn't have been taken. You don't expect something like that when you're simply having a conversation. So I want to make that clear. This is no shot at Savannah whatsoever, under any circumstances, right? But yeah, man, learn how to defend yourself. That is of the utmost importance, because these folks on the left, man, they don't care. They don't care. Okay. I just showed you 2 clips of just straight up assaults, straight up assault and just stealing your property. Okay, they always claim to be the side of peace, love, and positivity, and all of this other fluffy sunshine and rainbows bullshit. But it's not the truth. And you just saw it there. You just saw it there. We're the side of love. We're the side of positivity. We don't go around assaulting people simply because we disagree with them. We say, hey, come debate me. Come debate me. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. And time again, that's what they resort to. Or they resort to what you saw in the TPUSA Tatum video, where they try to silence you. They try to take your equipment. They try to get you canceled, or they come and take all of your stuff. These people are insane, man. These people are insane, truly. But anyway, thanks for tuning in as always, and let me know. What do you think is the best method, the best way to get around the Officer Tatum clip? How do you navigate that? Let me know. Because I'm interested to see and hear your opinions on that one. Do you agree with me? Would you do something differently? Talk to me. Peace and love. I'm out.